You ever see how all the stories that begin with love, harmony, and faith tend to deteriorate into complete chaos once fame comes through the door? That's what precisely unfolded for Robyn Brown, the lady who was once depicted as the peacekeeper. The one who professed she just wanted the family to get along is now the epitome of all things that destroyed the Brown family. What's crazy is that it didn't happen overnight. It was slow. It was quiet. It was intentional. And now the cracks she helped create have turned into fault lines that can't be repaired. Hi besties, welcome back to the channel. Buckle up, because today we're diving deep into the rise and fall of Robyn Brown, the woman who went from being Kody's saving grace to his emotional prison. For years, she played the victim, the misunderstood wife who claimed she never wanted to replace anyone. But if you've been paying attention, it's obvious that Robyn didn't just replace the wives, she replaced the entire family dynamic. And now, the empire she helped build on sympathy and control is collapsing right in front of her eyes. Let's be honest, Robyn knew exactly what she was doing when she entered this family. From the very beginning, she wasn't a new wife. She was a new dynamic. She learned Kody's vulnerabilities, his ego, his need for praise, and she leveraged it all. Each tear, each breakdown, each "I just want everyone to love me" was part of a larger equation: guilt control. That's the Robyn way. Wail until everyone else feels guilty for your feelings. It's not love. It's manipulation masquerading as vulnerability. It's the same thing you find in all toxic relationships. The people who play small, pretend to be hurt, and then manipulate when everyone comes running to soothe them. Robyn's brilliance is not in her authenticity. It's in her acting. She weaponized empathy. Every time her motives were called into question, she would cry. Each time that a wife established boundaries, she professed to be misunderstood. It's no accident that each woman who pushed back against her became the bad guy in Kody's book. Because Robyn didn't merely desire Kody's attention, she desired his loyalty. His blind absolute loyalty, and she received it. But here's the poetic part. She won the game, but lost the narrative. When all the wives had left, she got what she claimed she wanted, a husband to herself. Now that she's alone, though, she appears to be miserable. The dream turned into the prison. Because the thing about control is, once you get it at last, you understand it doesn't love you back. Kody's not the prize she thought. He's paranoid, furious, fixated on establishing that he's still the head of a family that no longer exists. And Robyn's trapped living with the beast she enabled. Consider their relationship now. Kody's rage is habitual, incendiary. He vents about betrayal, loyalty, respect. But it's not about the wives who'd parted. It's about the image that disintegrated. His identity was tied up in being the polygamous patriarch, the four-wife man, the odds-defying family. And when that fell apart, so did his ego. Robyn strokes that ego because she can't afford to let him go out of her life, and he strokes her tears because they make him feel necessary. It's not love, it's emotional codependency in all its glory. And the thing is, Christine, Janelle, and even Meri knew about this years ago. They cautioned him. They cautioned her. Christine was right in what she said. Robyn always plays the victim. And she wasn't mistaken. Watch any current episode. Robyn begins sentences with "I just feel," and ends them with blame. "I just feel like no one loves us anymore. I just feel like they turned on us." That's not feeling, that's framing. She's rewriting history in the moment, and Kody concurs because it provides him with a reason not to glance into the mirror. The audience is no longer buying it. That's what's getting to them the most. The sympathy that was once covering for Robyn has turned to bitterness. Everyone is calling her out, revealing her hypocrisies, analyzing her tears frame by frame. And she knows this. That's why she appears more agitated now, more guarded, more desperate to remind everyone that she still believes in family. Because the reality is, the family no longer believes in her. They've healed. They've moved on. They're living lives that don't revolve around Kody's temper or Robyn's coercion. And nothing terrifies her more than being irrelevant. Let's discuss fame, because that is the actual villain here. The cameras didn't merely reveal the family, they altered them. The show transformed their existence into an act, and Robyn quickly learned how to perform for that lens. She would cry quieter, smile longer, look away theatrically when things got tense. All emotions were a brand. And what irony? The fame she pursued is now the thing that's destroying her. Every manufactured moment, every deception, every contradiction, it's all captured in perpetuity. There's no deleting the truth when the web remembers everything. And Kody? He's no longer her guardian. He's her mirror. He reflects her fear, her paranoia, her denial. They both know the world is against them now. And rather than taking responsibility for their decisions, they're blaming Christine, blaming the fans, blaming haters. But that's not hate, that's truth. People aren't upset because they're jealous. They're angry because they watched a family disintegrate under the weight of lies, ego, and manipulation. And now that it's all collapsing, Robyn can't cry her way out of it. The performance is over. The audience has moved on. There's a moment I can't get out of my head. Robyn on the couch staring at Kody and saying, "I didn't want this." Her voice cracks, her eyes well up, but it doesn't sound like sadness. It sounds like regret. Like she finally gets it that the power she struggled for cost her something she can't pay. Because she didn't just lose the SisterWives, she lost the illusion. She's stuck in a form of love that doesn't exist with an angry man who's mad at the world and a future that doesn't feel chosen anymore. But here's the thing that makes this tale so interesting. Robyn's not finished. She's too invested, too proud, too addicted to the attention to leave. There's still one more act remaining. And from what I'm observing, it's not a reconciliation. It's an implosion. You can sense it in the manner of Kody speaking now, how she responds, the tension behind each pretend smile. The end isn't coming. It's already arrived. They just haven't acknowledged it yet. And when it does happen, when the tears no longer work and the rage turns inwards, it will not only be another SisterWives moment. It's be the last chapter in the tale of how fame, fear, and manipulation unraveled a family that swore it was founded on faith. So besties, did Robyn actually win, or did she simply last longer than anyone else until winning became irrelevant? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget, this tale ain't over. The next installment is on its way, and judging by the look of things, it's going to be even bleaker than before. Bye, besties. And stay tuned. The most lethal aspect of Robyn's tale isn't what she did on camera, it's what she did off it. Because when the cameras weren't rolling, when there were no lights or mics, Robyn was still dictating the narrative. But this time, her theater wasn't the living room. It was Kody's head. She constructed her authority not by yelling, but by murmuring. Little remarks, small prods, well-timed tears. That's how she rewrote history without ever having to raise her voice. When Christine and Janelle attempted to discuss boundaries, Robyn was always the middle woman, right? The one who would say, "I just want peace." But look what happens next after those moments. Kody storms off in a rage, Christine is in tears, Janelle appears exhausted, and Robyn remains silent, acting as though she's devastated by the drama. That's not peacemaking. That's manipulation by emotional exhaustion. It's a cycle that continues to happen. Make the chaos, then back away and pretend innocence while everyone else gets blamed. And here's the thing. Kody thrives on that chaos. It makes him legit. Any fight reaffirms to him that he's still the center of everything. And Robyn knows that. She understands that as long as she can maintain the tension, she can maintain his attention on her. That's the key. They're not love partners, they're dysfunction partners. Their relationship isn't based on faith or love. It's based on mutual paranoia. He thinks the world conspired against him, and so does she, because if everybody else is against them, they'll never turn against themselves. You can hear it in what she says about Christine now. There's this blend of bitterness and jealousy that she can't suppress. Christine is all Robyn insisted on being, free, confident, truly loved by her children. Robyn wished to be the moral compass, the one in whose respect everyone trusted. But now she is the face of control, the woman who made SisterWives a war for the mind. And beneath it all, she knows that. That's why she appears so haunted in interviews. She's beginning to understand that the public no longer perceives her as the victim. Now they perceive her as the villain. What's even more sinister is the way it impacts the children. The way Kody and Robyn discuss Christine's kids now. It's cold, distant, transactional. They label them disrespectful or influenced. But what those kids actually did was speak the truth. They violated the unwritten rule. Never challenge Kody and never speak ill of Robyn. And the instant they did, they were no longer in. The emotional distance you witness today, it's not an accident, it's punishment. That's how poisonous systems keep themselves in power. Push the dissenters out, reward the compliers. It's textbook control of the emotions. And the irony is that Robyn doesn't even appear to notice how much she's emulating the very behaviors she criticized. Recall when she wept about her ex not understanding her needs? The irony is savage. She ended up becoming the man she said she was fleeing from. That's the pathological cycle of manipulation. You begin as the victim, but once you get a taste of control, you begin repeating it without even knowing it. And Robyn's been repeating it for years. Now let's talk about money, because where there's fame and control, there's always financial power in the background. Robyn positioned herself as the responsible one. She talked about managing the family's debts, buying property, keeping things organized. But dig a little deeper and it's clear. Financial control became emotional leverage. Every loan, every shared asset, every house purchase kept Kody tied to her. You can't leave someone with control over the mortgage. You can't leave someone with knowledge of every bank account. That ain't partnership. It's entrapment masquerading as teamwork. There's a rumor circulating right now, and I'm not saying it's confirmed, but fans have been connecting dots. Some believe that Robyn used the Coyote Pass situation as a long-term strategy to secure permanent financial control. Think about it. The other wives backed off, the property stalled, and suddenly Robyn's the only one benefiting from shared investments. If that's true, it's not just manipulation, it's chess. And Kody? He's not the king anymore. He's the pawn. But most frightening of all is the fear. You can sense it emanating from both of them. They speak of faith and loyalty, but their nonverbal cues shout anxiety. Robyn winces when Kody becomes upset. Kody glares at her as if he's waiting for her approval, needing her okay to continue being angry. It's not love, it's interdependence based on fear of solitude. That's why they'll never part ways. They've cut themselves off so thoroughly that no one else would be able to survive their energy. And that's the tragedy of all this. They talked for years about unity, about forever families, about faith-based love, but what they actually constructed was a cage, one of money, ego, and fear of losing power. All the walls they built to keep others out now confine them, and you can see it in the blankness behind Robyn's smile and the desperation in Kody's eyes. They wanted to be worshipped, not loved, and now they're finding out that worship without respect is like prison. The viewer feels it too. The sympathy's lost, replaced with fascination. Folks aren't viewing for the family anymore. They're viewing for the drama. And that's what keeps the show going. Robyn's crying isn't tears anymore. It's entertainment. Kody's fury isn't dominance, it's spectacle. The very thing they once manipulated the viewers with is now the reason the viewers can't turn away. It's sad, but it's great television. The empire they constructed through domination is finally rewarding them in the harshest manner possible, by making their collapse a spectacle. And here's the kicker. Robyn still believes she can repair it. You can read it in her interviews, the way she speaks of rebuilding the family, of needing everyone to return. But she's not talking about forgiveness. She's talking about restoring control. She doesn't want forgiveness. She wants the chain of command restored. But that's never going to happen. The wives are finished, the children are adults. The fans are alert. The narrative's done. She just doesn't realize it yet. Because here's the truth. Fame doesn't shatter people. It exposes them. And what fame showed us about Robyn and Kody is that their love was never about family or faith. It was about control. It was about winning. And now that there's nothing left to win, there's nothing else to hide behind. But something's coming. You can feel it. The way they speak these days, the drama in each new episode, the fissures in their flawlessly constructed facade, it's coalescing into something big. Perhaps it's a revelation. Perhaps it's a blow-up. Perhaps it's someone finally walking away for good. Whatever it is, it's arriving. And when it lands, it's not going to cap their reputation. It's going to cap the illusion that Robyn Brown ever had any control in the first place. So besties, the question isn't whether or not the breakdown is on its way. It's when. Because the truth always gets out, and this time it's knocking on Robyn's door. There's a funny sort of silence that occurs when individuals who've been lying long enough are eventually out of things to say. You can hear it in the home of Kody and Robyn now, that heavy, hollow quiet where words fail. The tears no longer suffice. The apologies ring hollow. The smiles don't touch their yes. It's not a family home any longer. It's a moment after the play has been done. The lights still alight, but the players nowhere to be found. Kody sits there like a man who doesn't know how to be without turmoil. The rage has dissipated, superseded by something worse, hollowness. He spent years attempting to demonstrate he was the head of the household, the patriarch, the man with all the solutions. But now he's left with nothing but questions. Who is he without the wives? Without the cameras? Without the applause? The silence is compelling him to face the one person he's been running from his entire life, himself. And Robyn? She's not crying anymore. The tears stopped working, and now the mask is cracking. The sorrow appears real this time, but it's not for the family. It's for the loss of control. She knows the audience can see through her now. She knows the other wives will never return. She knows Kody is drifting away, not because someone has taken him, but because there is nothing of him left to cling to. Every glance at him now feels like a question she is too scared to ask aloud. What have we done? You can sense it. The vibes have changed. The house that used to ring out with laughter and noise now hums tension. They've put up walls so high even their own kids can't look in anymore. And the thing about walls like that is, sooner or later they come crashing down from within. Fame was supposed to protect them, but instead it exposed them. All the arguments, all the insincere apologies, all the contradictions, on tape, dissected, replayed for all to witness. And now the internet has become their mirror. Robyn can't avoid it, Kody can't manipulate it. The narrative is beyond their control. There's something in the air these days, rehearsed-sounding interviews, defensive-sounding posts, tension that's just too heavy to avoid. Something's on the horizon. And this isn't just another on-camera fight. This feels more significant. The sort of truth that doesn't just humiliate you, it finishes everything. You can catch it in Kody's eyes when Robyn speaks now. That flash of resentment, that brief instant when he doesn't nod, doesn't reassure, doesn't defend. That's the spark. The first glimpse that even he's beginning to realize the truth. Because the instant Kody gets it that Robyn's control wasn't protection, it was manipulation, everything crumbles. People keep asking if there's a point of no return for them. What if we're already there? What if the final chapter isn't a reunion or a redemption, but a revelation? What if there's something they've been hiding all along? Something the cameras never caught? Something that explains why they've stayed trapped in this chaos long after the love was gone? Because think about it. Every story they've told has been about control. Who has it, who lost it, who wants it back? But there's one truth they've never shared. And from what I'm hearing, that secret might finally be coming out. Whatever it is, it's going to shatter the illusion entirely. This isn't just the demise of SisterWives as we know it. This is the disintegration of the individuals who created it. The lies, the fear, the manipulation, and it's all coming back around. So squad, tune in, because when that truth is dropped, it won't just destroy a family. It'll destroy an era. And something tells me, Robyn knows it's already begun. Bye, besties, and trust me, you're not ready for what's next.